So, I want you all out there to understand something. And this is another thing that I want you all to know. I don't give out emotional support. That's not what I do. Okay? You have to go elsewhere for that. There's nothing wrong with emotional support. Many of you out there, you need emotional support. Okay? I'm going to tell you why you need it. But for many of you who do, there are many outlets on social media that can give you emotional support. Now, many of you despise me anyway, so you won't seek anything from me, and that's okay. But I don't give out emotional support. I don't want to call this a platform. I don't have a platform. I'm despised. But that's not what I do. And that's not what I teach. And that's not what I preach. Christ doesn't need people that need emotional support. Let me repeat that. Christ does not recruit anybody that needs emotional support. Okay? 2 Timothy chapter 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2. Yeah, I'm getting into Timothy now. It's Paul speaking, but it's the letters to Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 2. We're going to go verses 3, 4, and 5. Verses 3, 4, and 5. I don't give emotional support. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to show you how you don't need emotional support. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. 2 Timothy chapter 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thou therefore, he's telling Timothy, endure hardness as a good soldier of Christ. No man that warreth, no man that goes to war, entangles himself with the affairs of this life, with the affairs of this world, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. So I can't concern myself with what all of you are saying. Many of you really are just hurting inside yourselves. Many of you. I hear many things across the social media, but many of you are hurting yourselves. You need emotional support. Let me tell you where my strength comes from. My strength comes from the Almighty God. This is where He wants all of our strength to come from, dog. Okay? This is where He wants all of our strength to come from. Therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. And if a man also strive for masteries, so if any of you strive for masteries, if you aim to be successful at anything, if you strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So whatever you approach in life, whatever your aim is in life, whatever you reach, whatever you try to go for, do it with honor. Do it with integrity. Because if you don't, it's going to fail. Do it honorably. Do it like a stand-up man. Do it with love for your brother, with love for your sister. Do it with the intention to empower people, not for selfish ambition. This is for any and everyone. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully, except for he walks his pace with honor and integrity, and not with disgust and wickedness and malice intent. So I don't give emotional support anywhere over here. So I have people that come and they listen to my ministry is a ministry of Christ. That's all it is. Whoever doesn't like this ministry, you don't have to follow this ministry. You understand what I'm saying? How are you going to get mad about the things that I go through and happy about the things that I go through at the same time. People gonna always slander me, dog. It's no telling how many slanderers I have now. Don't you all know that in outer darkness, okay? Let me see something. No, I'm not even gonna go there right now. But in the outer darkness, where there be weeping and gnashing of teeth, one of the crimes of a slanderer is to hang from his or her tongue while being whipped so many thousand times a day. Many of you are going to hang from your tongues from Passover to Pentecost. Israelites, there's punishment for those who are other nations are utterly destroyed. So for those who don't accept Christ, these are people who are going to accept Christ. See, you have Gehenna, which is eternal fire. But Israelites that did accept Christ, no, I'm sorry. Not those who accept Christ. There's no torment for us because we're going to go through hell on earth. But you have those like Old Testament only people, for example. Because technically you're accepting Christ because you believe in the Father. Technically, but there's no Father without the Son. There's no Father without the Son. But see, some of you will go into outer darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. Where for all of the sins you've committed, you're going to be dealt with. You're not going into eternal fire, but you're going to go into punishment, severe punishment. When will many of you Negroes, see, I'm not worried about the other nations. Now, I don't hate the other nations. I've met some very good white, I don't care what y'all say. I've met some good white folk, man. I met some good men. Me's met some good white folk. I've met good Arabs. I've met some Arab men that are stand up, good, solid men. I don't know any good Chinese men. I haven't met any. I'm not saying they're not out there. I haven't met any. I haven't met any. Japanese, haven't met any. Africans, I met a few good African men. Okay? The modern Chinese people, some of y'all are alright, some of y'all are alright, but a lot of y'all are wicked too. Very prideful nation. Amon is a very prideful nation. But I don't want to drag this out. So this message is finished.